now.
Beautiful.
I am seeing some marks on the screen. I might exit out and come back in again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody lit up their illustration tool.
Whiteboard accident.
Yeah, boo boo. Yeah.
Not a big deal. You have to stop sharing all the way, Molly.
All right, we're going to try this one more time. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Just a second. Okay. I believe we are ready to go.
Hey, Ernie, it's you.
I cannot see the screen.
Oh, that's
Is
I can see it, Ernie.
Yeah. You're telling me it's me? Oh, there it is. Okay. Other screen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome to the MBA New Student Orientation. We are happy as all get out to have you here today. Again, I'll remind you, please take notes, and take notes. And if you have questions, make a note of that question and or drop it in the chat. We do have some folks monitoring the chat, and we do want to make sure that we get all of your questions answered. Next slide, please. All right, so here's our agenda. We're going to go through welcoming the MBA team to you, both stateside and online, how to connect with us, how to make appointments, policies and procedures, program engagement, online versus on campus. We will do a breakout room. George will take the online students in the breakout room, answer any questions in there, and then we'll also have a general Q&A at the end of our presentation. Next slide, please. All right, so I am Ernie Silvers, director of the MBA program. I am full-time faculty of the School of Entrepreneurship. I teach small business management and also run the MBA program. Please let me encourage you at any time during your program, if you want to have office hours with me or you need to stop by, ask questions. I do a lot of career coaching, a lot of counseling, advising, though I'm not DeLauren. Don't confuse me with DeLauren. DeLauren's the smart one. I'm just the industry guy. You have access to me at any time during your program. Please feel free to reach out. Our next guest is Mr. DeLauren West. DeLauren.
Next slide, please, Molly.
No, you have to introduce yourself, DeLauren.
Oh, we're going through the introduction. Okay. I'm DeLauren West. I'm the MBA program advisor. I'm sure most of you have already received an email from me. I've already met personally with some of you to discuss the program and some of the details. I'm happy that you're all here in the program.
Kirsten.
Hello, everyone. Some of you may know me if you were admitted very early in the year. The rest of you have only heard rumors. I am
They're
Kirsten
all true.
all of it. So my name is Kirsten Hansen, and I do all of our student engagement. I also do a lot of everything else. I have been with the MBA program since 2016. I am an alumni as well of the program. And so I am here to help assist with a lot of things. I'm currently managing graduate assistantships as well. We'll see if that sticks. But anything that you need outside of advising or anything on campus related, I am the person to come to.
Swag. If you want swag, see Kirsten.
I do accept bribes.
Yeah.
Molly. Good stuff. Hi there. I have a feeling that most, if not all of you know me. I've been helping you out with your applications and doing your interviews. My name is Molly Ryder. I'm the MBA recruiter. I also handle the marketing and outreach efforts for the MBA program. So you'll see me out and about. And I also happen to be joining some of you for classes. I am starting the program myself this fall. So I'm outing myself right here. I'm very excited though. And so please feel free to say hi to me in classes. And so I'm excited for the coming year and excited to be part of this excellent MBA team. And I know that from this point on, most of you will be working with either Kirsten or DeLauren. But again, you know, I'll be in the office. You're always welcome to stop by and say hi.
One of the very cool things about the MBA program at Cal State San Bernardino is Kirsten Hansen is an alum of the program. Molly will be going through the program. We're still recruiting DeLauren West. He's very resistant. So the point being that you have folks who are either in the program now or who have been in the program. So they know what it's like. They know how to answer the questions you might have. And again, I'm pushing. If you have any questions at any time during your program, ask away. All right, so Dr. Pamela A. Bell is the best resume writer on campus at Cal State. She's not with us tonight, but she is fully available to you. Pamela does resume review, resume writing, job coaching, interview coaching, and she's a tremendous asset. Jolene is not with us tonight. She's the online program specialist, but George Ruiz is here. George is the newest member of our team. George, introduce yourself, please.
Very well, very well. I am a CSUSB alum. I did my bachelor's here. I am also completing a master's in educational counseling. I'll be done by the end of the summer, really. And I'm the online student advisor for the online MBA.
Excellent. All righty, next slide, please. All right, Kirsten.
All right, so that's me. I was getting our breakout room all set up. So I know that there's a lot of questions and a lot of like, sometimes we're on, sometimes we're off campus. Everything is open on campus right now. You can come to campus. And we want to make sure that you can come find us. If you're nice to me, I might give you swag if you come see me. If you're mean to me, I might throw it at you, but I'll still probably give you something. We are located in Jack Brown Hall, room 283, second floor, Jack Brown. If you have any questions, you can ask someone. Everyone knows where MBA is. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Our phone number is listed there. You can call us if you have questions. You can email our general line, and that will get to whoever it needs to get to. But also, you should have our personal emails. That is also located on our website. I would also strongly suggest that if you have social media, one of these, that you follow us, right? Check out our LinkedIn, our Instagram, our YouTube. You know, we post out, we have all of our previous orientations, all of our previous recorded events are on our YouTube. We post our upcoming events on LinkedIn. Lots of times, if you follow myself or Ernie, we're sharing job things that we see. So there's lots of different stuff that we do. We try and be as active on there to help you take advantage of things outside of the classroom. But basically, if you need to get a hold of us, there's a lot of different ways to do that. We would love for you to get a hold of us. All right, next slide, Molly, please. So I did mention our website. It is a great tool, right? Use it like a tool. So we are in process of making sure that it is updated for the next academic year. I did just return from maternity leave, so please bear with me. Some of the things might be slightly delayed, but you can always email me with whatever questions you have. Our website, super easy to navigate, has so much good information. It's where you can make appointments to come to us. It has all the deadlines and guidelines for things. Your comprehensive exam information is up there. We'll put all our event information up there. If you want to share it to help get your friend into the program, you can show them the different program information. It's got links to get to the different departments. There's a lot of really useful stuff, and it's very easy to navigate. If you have any Like, just treat it like CSUSB Google, right? Go there, hit the search engine and type in what you need, and you should be able to find it. Definitely take advantage of the website, especially if it's after 5 and you have a quick question. Check out the website, see if there's something there. If not, you'll know how to get in contact with us at the very least. Next slide, Molly, please. So I did mention that you can make appointments right on the front of our website. Definitely take advantage of that. It has, sometimes it can take myself, 48 hours to respond to an email, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on what time of the year it is. It can take DeLauren, that long of time. If you need to get in touch with us, you make an appointment with us. That is the best way to do it. Our appointments at this time are virtual. If you would like to do it in person, you just need to put it in the notes, right? I'd like to do this in person. Just let us know, or you can call afterwards. Hey, I made an appointment. I want to make sure that I'm doing it in person, and we will make sure that we change the note in our appointment scheduling system to know that you're coming to join us. But it's really easy to use. You just go there right on the front of the website, click that button, and it'll show you all the different available appointments, right? You'll be able to select the day and the time that one of us is available to meet with you. You put your information in there, your email, all of those things. Make sure you're putting the correct email address. Very important. And then you will get a confirmation sent to you with a calendar invitation. You can add that to your virtual calendar. It will have the Zoom link already on there. And then typically, if you have the correct email address listed, you will get reminders. You will get reminders that, the day before, typically that you're coming. If you put your phone number in there, you'll get text reminders. It's a really great system, very easy to use. If you have any questions about it, something isn't working, call me, because I set it up and I would like to make sure that it's working correctly for you. The other way you can do that is you can send an email to us and we can provide you the link if you're really struggling on how to find it, or you can call us and we can input your information while we're on the phone, right? If that's something that you need to happen for you. So there's lots of different ways to make sure that that appointment is set for you. It is the best way to make appointments with us. You don't even technically have to talk to us until the appointment. You just go online and make the appointment. And we see all of those things. And so and you will have real live appointments with us. If there is an emergency, obviously give us a call, because you can't make an appointment any closer than 24 hours in advance. So please, if it's something that needs to be addressed immediately, make sure and give us a call and we will assist you to the best of our ability. All right, next slide, please, Molly. All right, DeLauren, it's you.
All right, thanks, Kirsten. So we are known as 1 degree, 3 options. So all of you should be in one of these categories, whether you're in the traditional MBA program, which means you do have a concentration. If you are in the what we call on-campus executive, meaning you will have classes on the campus itself, or if you are in the online executive program, that is a fully online program. You can see the unit totals at the bottom of the screen, and these will be reflected in your program plans, which we will talk about in a little bit. Next screen, Molly. All right, so this is a copy of your program plan. So all of you should have received a copy of your custom program plan from me. If you have not, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to provide that to you. Just a basic breakdown of the program. All of our programs have a similar format for their program plan. Where they will differ is in the focus area, which is located towards the bottom of the program plan. So everyone takes the same 2 foundation courses. The majority of you will be taking those in your first semester. So for fall 2022, some of you in the online program, if you're starting in session 2, may have a modification there. But the rest of you should all be already registered in the Admin 6010 and Admin 6020. Underneath that, we have the essential courses. These are the core of the MBA program. These do not have to be taken in any particular order. They're listed in alphabetical order, actually. The one recommendation we do make is to take the Management 6010 before you take the Management 6850. that those classes are not in a sequence, but the Management 6010 will prepare you for the Management 6850. And then underneath that, we have your 2 accumulating courses. As part of the MBA program, you will take a comprehensive exam at the end of your program. That is the Admin 6981. And you will also take what we call the MBA portfolio. That is the Admin 6980. So you will take those 2 classes together, either at the exact end of your program or towards the very end of your program. And then underneath that, we have the focus area courses. Now, this is where your program plan will differ depending on which program you're in. For the traditional students, it will depend on which concentration you've chosen. For the executive students, you will have just one elective course that you will get to choose to take as part of your program. If you have any questions regarding your program plan specifically, I would encourage you to schedule an advising session with me. I'd be happy to go over the program plan with you in more detail.
Really quick, there was a good question in the chat. Do we need to sign and submit the program plan? You do not. Basically, when you do your advising with DeLorean, he will provide you a copy as a guide. And then the signatures, the university has gone away with doing that. We do everything electronically now, so there is no needing to sign or submit anything. But if you do have a question about where you are, DeLorean can always provide you that paper copy of the program plan, so you can use that as a guide when scheduling your courses.
Quick question that I received from a student. So they said, I'm registered for Admin 6010, but I don't see any information on it on Canvas, and not sure if the course has been published yet on Canvas. So my recommendation would be to reach out to DeLorean directly, and I will provide you his email address. But I have noticed that the courses are published as of earlier this week on Canvas that you are enrolled for. So I would definitely follow up with us.
Molly, let me also add that some courses don't become available until tomorrow, the 19th.
Thank you.
That was an option in Canvas. So as an instructor, I can tell you that my courses won't go live until tomorrow. So be patient. Do not hesitate to reach out to an instructor, but be patient. You should see everything by tomorrow.
Thank you, Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next slide, Molly, please. All right, so the boot camp. So all of you, except for any of you that were maybe enrolled in your classes today, should have received an invitation from Canvas to participate in the MBA boot camps. They are a requirement of the MBA program. They are prep self-study modules that will help prepare you for the essential courses. There is one boot camp for each essential course, except for the Management 6850. The 2 management classes combine their boot camp into one. You do have access to start working on the boot camps now, and you want to make sure to complete all the boot camps by the end of your program. Now, our recommendation regarding the boot camps is to complete the boot camp that corresponds with the essential course that you'll be taking in the next term. So for most of you, you're in the Admin 6010, Admin 6020 only for the fall. There are no boot camps for the 2 foundation courses. So this would be a good time to start working on the boot camps, to preview them while you don't have any assigned essential courses to take in this term. Was there any questions regarding the boot camps, Molly?
I'm not seeing anything.
No questions yet?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now we are going to discuss advancement to candidacy. So this is something that, as your advisor, I will keep an eye on. And when you meet the minimum requirements for advancement to candidacy, I will be reaching out to you to let you know it is time to advance you. Part of my process as an advisor is what I do is at the end of the fall and the end of the spring term, I will be doing a progress audit for you. So I will record on your program plan the class grades that you received for the term. I will include any classes that you've already registered in for the coming term, and I'll include any action items to complete. So when it's time for advancement to candidacy, you will see that item as an action item to complete in the coming term. You'll see graduation checks. I keep an eye on how you're enrolling in classes. If I have any suggestions regarding which classes to take, I will include those, as well as any what we call negative indicators. So if you are, looks like your grades are slipping a little bit, I'll recommend an advising session. If you slide into academic probation, I will discuss that with you in the probation email, suggest that you schedule an advising session for us to meet. And if you slide really far into probation status, then you get to schedule a meeting to meet with Ernie regarding your status in the program.
Meet the director, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will be keeping an eye on your progress as you go through the program, and I'll be making suggestions and recommendations in terms of your course schedule and your progress.
Let me just add here, DeLorean. Folks, MBA office is absolutely here for you. We are going through this with you. Reach out to us early and often, regardless of how small or minor you may think that the question or the challenge is. Let us help you out. The challenge with some students is they wait too long, then they get in a little trouble. If you have a question, reach out to DeLorean. He's amazingly good at helping you understand what's going on, what your options are. So we're here to help you. Please reach out. Don't wait. If it's a problem for you, it's a problem we can probably fix. Right? So use us, use MBA office, use DeLorean as often as you need, please.
And there's a quick question here. Is this presentation being sent to everyone who participated, or will it be available to check back to? So we are actually recording this presentation right now. We will upload it to our YouTube channel, our MBA YouTube channel. So CSUSB MBA. And so be sure to check out our YouTube channel sometime next week, right, Kirsten?
Yes.
Yes.
I will also be sending out in a welcome email within the next 2 weeks, having upcoming events outlined. And typically I will also include a link to orientation in there just for all the new students. You can kind of, see where we're located and make sure you follow us on YouTube and all of those things, right?
Excellent.
Yeah, great. Okay, there is one thing that is very, would you mind going back one?
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh, dear. Okay. Wow, something happened here. Hold on. Let me get back on track, people. Sorry about this.
I think it's just one. There you go. Okay, so there's one very important thing to point out on the screen regarding grades and GPAs. First of all, if you notice on the screen, it says complete the admin 60/20 with a grade of a B or better. So the admin 60/20 is our graduate writing requirement for the MBA program. So you have to prove proficiency in writing at a graduate level. And you do that by completing the admin 60/20 class with a grade of a B or better. It does require a B or better to count towards your program. If you do receive a B- or below, you will have to repeat this class again in order to get the B or better to have it count towards your program. All the other classes in the MBA program, you can receive a C or better and have it count towards your program. The admin 60/20 is the only class where it does require a B or better. Now, with that in mind, you also have to maintain a 3.0 GPA to remain in good standing, so not on academic probation, and also to be eligible to receive your degree at the end of your program. If you slip below a 3.0, well, that's my job to make sure that we get you back to the 3.0 by the end of your program. So just keep that in mind as you go through your program, as you look at your GPAs and figure out where you need to be in order to stay at that range. Next slide, Molly. All right, so there are a number of forms that you may encounter as you go through the MBA program. So I will assist you with your request and suggest the proper form to help you whatever needs you may have. So some of the more important forms that are on here include the leave of absence. So we do realize life happens and you may need to take a break a semester off from the program, maybe a little bit longer, and you are able to do that. So there is a leave of absence form that you'll fill out. You will turn in to me. That will get turned into the records office, and that will maintain your status in the program while you're taking time off. It is suggested that you do the leave of absence before the term starts. It's much easier to get the form, to go through the process and get it approved. As a graduate student, you are required to maintain what we call continuous enrollment, so be enrolled in classes in the fall and in the spring terms. Winter and summer are optional. So if you decide to not take classes in the winter intersession or in the summer, you don't have to fill out a leave of absence form, but you absolutely have to fill one out for the fall or the spring. What will happen is if you decide not to enroll in classes and you don't fill out a leave of absence for the fall or spring, the campus will discontinue you from the program and you'll have to be reactivated in order to continue with your classes. So we don't want that to happen. We want you to be able to fill out a leave of absence, and then you're covered and you're taken care of until you decide to return to the program. Some of the other important forms to fill out is the graduation check. So that is something I keep an eye on as you're making progress in the program. And as you get closer to graduation, you'll fill out the graduation requirement check, which is an electronic form. The probation and dismissal form. We don't want to see anybody in probation. We don't want to see anybody in dismissal status. So make sure you keep your GPAs above that 3.0 mark. The repeat of course or discounted grade. So every graduate student gets to repeat one course over the course of your program. You just get one. So you want to make sure that you, first of all, don't have to use that. But if you do, you want to use it wisely because you only get one. If you do have to exceed that, then you have to come see me and we have to talk about some tough options that are available to you. So just keep that in mind as you go through the program. Let's see, any other forms you want to touch on, Kirsten?
Yes, the 7-year limit on applicable coursework, that kind of feeds into the leave of absence. We do want to stress that just let us know. You don't have to go into detail. You don't have to explain yourself to us. You don't owe us any of that. But we do want to make sure that you are successful because you're investing your time and your money in this, right? And we all like to say that life happens. I myself did take a leave of absence during the middle of my program. It's completely normal. So make sure that that's filed with the caveat of making sure that your coursework is done within 7 years. So you have 7 years to make sure that you do all of those classes, meaning if you wanted to take like 1 to 2 a year, you can finish, didn't take that long. After 7 years, we have to recertify your coursework. So it basically means that coursework could be considered out of date. Standards could have changed. There's lots of different things that go on. And so you could potentially have to repeat that class or be talk with the instructor and retest in something and demonstrate your knowledge. So we want to try and avoid that if possible. There are avenues. So say you get to that 8-year mark, there is an avenue with that 7-year limit, but we want to make sure that coursework is done within 7 years. I don't know anyone that wants to be in graduate school for 7 years. But if it comes to that situation, we have had students do that before, and we have worked with them to try and make sure that all of their coursework, if available, is applicable. Sometimes we can't, but we do work our hardest to make sure that we can get you every advantage as possible. Outside of that, I think that was the only one that I wanted to mention. So thank you.
Okay, thanks. I'm going to touch on one last form, the drop a class after census date. So census date on the campus is very important. I would suggest you look at the campus calendar and find out when census date is. You are able to drop a class all the way up until census, and it will not be reflected on your transcript. Now, you will still have to pay the prorated rate fee for the class. So your refund will be deducted by however many days you were in that particular class, but it will not be reflected on your transcript. After census, then that class will go on your transcript as either an authorized withdrawal or if it is not approved by the faculty member teaching the class, then it'll be an unauthorized withdrawal, which is the equivalent of an F. And so that will really have an effect on your GPA. So it's important to know the census date for the term and know how long you have to drop that class if you choose to drop a class. All right, next slide, Molly. And I hand it over to Kirsten.
All right, so we get to talk about fun stuff now. We like to make sure that we are offering you a well-rounded program. You're not just going to class and doing your coursework and then getting done. If that is what you want to do, you are welcome to do it. I will not force you to do any of these things, but we do make all of them available to you to try and enhance what you are being taught in the classroom, or get some skills from the outside, or help you grow yourself personally as well as professionally by doing a lot of different things. Luckily, I'm going to be able to do fun in-person events again, which I'm very excited about. Make sure and keep an eye out for those. Most of the time, they're very educational, fun. We have a really good time doing them. We do orientation, obviously, to make sure that you're starting out on the right track. DeLorean does advising semesterly. He sets out open advising before enrollment time. But again, you can make an advising appointment at any time with him. We do something called our Mba Passport Program. That is a leadership development program where we host different events like our Alumni Speaker Series and our Career Path Series. And then we want to get you out there and get you comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? I want you to go out and seek opportunities and give you recognition for going above and beyond. So maybe you decide to do a workshop at work, or you do an outside certification, or you do something that you go to a Toastmasters thing, or there's lots of different stuff that could potentially qualify in this. If it is not listed in our passport, that will be distributed to you hopefully by the end of the month. All you have to do is send me an email, and I can tell you provide me when it's happening, what's going to go on, how it's going to meet one of our learning goals. And I tell you, yes, it qualifies. Yes, no, it doesn't qualify. You participate, you track that stuff in our submission form, and then it counts for you. And if you complete a minimum of 7 events within an academic year, you get a commendation from the dean and the college stating that you completed this leadership development program. You also get a medal to wear at graduation. So you get some extra bling, right? It's always great. So it's definitely really cool. I have never had a student participate and say that they did not like it. It is also not mandatory. You do not have to do it. But it is something else to just participate and have fun and get you comfortable going and seeking outside development opportunities. You took the right step with going to get your MBA. We want to help you continue on that path of lifelong learning, and our passport program will help you do that. Additionally, we do some other things. So we have Mba Student Ambassadors. It is a program that basically allows students to have peer advising. It gives recognition to students that are highly engaged and involved. And it gives you a point of contact in the MBA office that's in the classroom as well. So they report back to me anonymously most of the time, and tell me things that are going on. They make me aware of opportunities. If you're not comfortable talking to one of us, you can talk to one of them. Most of the time, they're going to tell you to come talk to one of us. I'm really not super intimidating. So don't be intimidated. Ernie's not intimidating either. Don't let him fool you. So we want to have someone there that is a familiar face to you, right? Someone from the background that's similar to you, someone that's going in the career path that you want to go into, someone that's doing things that you want to do. And I can give you that contact person to say, hey, this person's doing that. Why don't you go talk to them? This person went and got their CPA. Why don't you have a conversation with them? This person's getting their Security Plus. Go talk to them, right? And so it gives you that kind of extra thing, because I cannot do all the certifications, nor do I want to do all the certifications, but it gives you the ability to start networking in a safe environment. And then we do applications for that if you feel like that's something that you want to do. I typically will do 2 call outs. I'll do one towards the end of spring for the fall, and then I will do one at the end of fall for the spring term. There are, requirements and things for that, but we can always discuss that at a later date. You can set an appointment with me or just look for those emails to come from me. We also try and participate in service learning. So we try and host and give recognition to students that do volunteer work. I myself, along with other staff members and other students, have organized, one of which is a brand new MBA student this term, Marina, thank you, have organized food drives and toy drives at Thanksgiving and Christmas time, and consistently been able to donate a minimum of $2,500 worth of toys out at Christmas time. And it's a really good way to give back. We collect those things. And then there's other opportunities. There's a Coyote Terrace that the university puts on. If you're participating in volunteer stuff right now, I want to give you recognition for that, because it's not easy. And it's always great to get that little extra boost, right? And it's a great way to network. It's a great way to just give back. I am also excited to plan again, Marina. Maybe I'll make you my service team leader. Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you, Kirsten.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks for volunteering, Marina.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have on there is the Coyote Network. That is done by the university. And it's a great way to connect with alumni. And so you can go there, you can join as a current student, you can join as a previous alumni, and you can go and connect with, it's like LinkedIn for CSUSB, right? You can go talk to people in a field that you're in or that you're interested in breaking into, or maybe you want to move to New York. You can see if there's alumni living in New York, how they are doing out there. There's all different kinds of things that you can do on there. Ask for mentorship, for meetings, all kinds of stuff. Highly suggest getting engaged and involved. I'm on there, right? We have an MBA group on there. It's great. I get students that are, previous students, undergrad students, other alumni ask me questions about things all the time on there. It's a really cool way to give back. And it just sends you an email or a text message, and it's a really easily monitored. You don't have to go in and check all the time. Next slide, please, Molly. Okay, a little bit more about our student ambassadors. This is student ambassadors from a couple years ago. I will use you and abuse you, but I will give you great perks for being a student ambassador for me. You do get that mentorship portion of it. You participate in typically photo shoots that we use for different advertising things. I give you a headshot. I give you really cool swag. You get professional development funds. You get great networking opportunities. I, have you sometimes go to advisory boards or go to different university events or recruiting events, or, I'll get asked by different people on campus to send students to things. And so you guys are the ones that I send. And so you get to network with people that are in positions that can be beneficial to you. You become an extension of us, and they are a resource for all students. So if you don't want to do it, but you want to take advantage of them doing it, let me know and I can get you in contact with them. They are also posted on our MBA website. And I think I'm only missing one on there. So they are pretty up to date with who is currently in the program. Get familiar with their faces. They'll be in your classes, talk to them, ask them questions. All right, next slide, please, Molly. There's a little more information about our service team. So if we are participating with the university, that we do span from May to May. And I do create a Google Doc where you can track all of your data and your volunteer hours, really easy to get engaged involved in. We will send out information periodically through the year to your student email with different volunteer opportunities. If the university is doing service trips, typically I can fund students to go to some of those. So the university will do volunteer trips to this one, was to Louisiana. They've done them to different areas. We were slated before COVID hit and shut everything down to do Catalina and Mexico. There's a lot of different things. If they are doing those again, we will be participating in them. So definitely make sure to get into contact with me about that service team opportunity. And if we complete enough hours, we do get recognition from the university for completing those hours as a team. If the university is not doing that, I give you recognition with a certificate and cool service team swag. So definitely make sure that you look out for those types of opportunities. Okay, next slide, please. Student services. So I had a couple students ask already in the chat about different student services. The university will likely have something to help you if you have a problem, or if you want to get engaged in something. You don't always have to have a problem, right? So there is a very great SSD services department, and please email me so that we can get you in contact with them if you need it. You do have to provide proof and things like that, but they are there as a resource for you, and they are excellent. We also have a Center for Global Management that does study abroad trips, and they'll do different events like for networking and cultural immersion and things like that. There is a gym on campus. It's really cool. There are counseling services. There is a very excellent Veteran Services Center. They do all kinds of services. If you need help with your scholarships, the GI Bill, I think I'm saying that right. They can help you with all of those things because I am not an expert in those types of scholarships. There is also a really cool art museum on campus that does different things. You can go over there anytime and take a cruise through and look at all the different things. Do your homework over there. It's a really fun place to do homework. There is a career center on campus. I know that they're going through some changes. So if you do need any assistance with anything career related, please reach out to myself or Ernie, and we can definitely get you in contact with them or provide you the services that you are looking for. There are different study abroad programs. So international trips, they did bring those back and they have been functioning. I believe over the summer, they went to Italy and Greece and France, and I believe there was an Africa trip as well, if I'm correct. So there's lots of cool stuff. They typically do them over breaks. So over winter break, over spring break, over summer break. And they are short, so 1 to 3 weeks. So you don't have to like go away for a whole semester. Sometimes I think I want to go away for a whole semester, but I have bills. So, and like the rest of you, I'm sure you do too. So they make sure that they're really great for you to go and be able to participate in that. So you can do your coursework during the term, and then over the academic break, you go into country and you do presentation, you work with a company, lots of really cool, fun things. For most students, that will count as an elective for you. If you have a question, if it does count, if you want more information about those, email DeLauren, set an appointment with DeLauren. So it's definitely a very cool way and safe way to go study abroad, right? To go international travel if you haven't done it yet. There are various sporting events, volleyball, baseball, soccer. There's a lot of cool things to do that way. There's a really cool homecoming event that they do every year. It's very fun. And then there is a food pantry as well on campus. So if you need any kind of services or assistance, there is something pretty much on our campus, and you pay for all of these things with your fees and your tuition. So make sure that you're taking advantage of them. If you don't know where to start, I am where you start. I can get you in contact or point you in the direction of where you need to go to find assistance or to get engaged and involved. All right. Anything with an asterisk, just one thing, anything with an asterisk is technically not available to online students. If you feel like you really need those services, let me know and I will do my best to try and get them for you because I want to make sure all my students are taken care of. All right, I'm ready for the next one, Molly. There are some useful campus apps that I would suggest downloading, like CSUSB Mobile. You can go through your My Coyote, look at your fees and see when things are due, sign up for classes if you really need to. There's one for the gym. There's Zoom is really important if you're especially if you're doing virtual classes, right? Canvas is an app that we're doing all of our schoolwork through now. We are not using Blackboard anymore. And then there is one for international students as well on there. The one caveat with our useful Canvas apps is I highly suggest that you do not do your assignments through your phone. Do not use the Canvas app to do your homework. If you really need to submit something, cool. If you need to check on an assignment when it is due, use it for that. But if you try and do your homework through the app on your phone, it's not great. And your instructors can pretty much usually tell. I know Ernie can tell.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
It's not a great, if it in a pinch, if you really need to, try and be near a computer. It's my suggestion, or a laptop or a tablet or something. Use your phone as the hotspot and do that. Right. Send an email to your professor. I'm late. I'm behind. Just get in contact with them that way. But it is still useful for you to download to keep track of what's going on. You can help feed calendar things in. There's a lot of stuff for scheduling that can make it very helpful for you. All right, next slide, please. All right, now we are going to have our breakout session for online. So please just bear with me for one moment. So we're going to give everyone just a moment to go ahead and join their breakout room. If I went through and I looked at all of the admissions things to make sure that everyone was in there, hopefully you followed my instructions and put the OL next to your name. If you didn't, if I missed you, you get to sit with us for a little while longer. Okay, so I think we're ready to move on. Molly, please, next slide. All right, DeLauren, it is back to you, friend. You're muted.
All right, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, great. All right, so let's talk a little bit about concentrations. Some of the questions I received from students in the traditional program will be, can I change my concentration? Yes, you absolutely can. It is a simple process to change your concentration. There's a form you will fill out. There's a $6 fee, and then you will be able to change your concentration, and I will provide you with that information. If you are interested in changing your concentration, please send me an email and I'll assist you with that process. Another question I received from students is, can I do 2 concentrations? Yes, you can. If you are interested in adding a second concentration to your existing concentration, please reach out to me. It is the same process to change a concentration as it is to add a concentration. There's a form you'll fill out, there's a $6 fee, and then I will create you a combined concentration program plan that will list out both of your concentrations on a single program plan. All of the concentrations we offer are displayed on the screen in front of you. If you have any questions about a particular concentration, please reach out to me. We can schedule an advising session. We can go over some of the advantages to each of the concentrations, and I can help you decide which one would work best for you and where you want to go. Now, one thing to keep in mind is all of our concentrations include 2 classes, and then you get a free elective, except for the cybersecurity concentration. That is our largest concentration requirement in terms of units. It does require 5 focus area courses. There is no open elective with the cybersecurity concentration. They want you to take all 5 of their specified courses. So if you are interested in taking a variety of classes and things along that nature, then you may want to talk to me about adding on an additional concentration. If you're doing cybersecurity, that can give you the flexibility to take a variety of the focus area courses that we offer in the program. Next slide, Molly. Academic departments. I believe this is Ernie. Is Ernie doing academic department?
You betcha. Let me take that. This is Dr. Mike Stull, director of the Inland Empire Center for Entrepreneurship and school director for the School of Entrepreneurship at the JHBC. Some of you having an entrepreneurship concentration will see Dr. Stahl in the classroom. He is an amazing instructor, one of the best instructors in entrepreneurship, and he is my prof boss because I teach in the School of Entrepreneurship, so no shameless plug here. If you have a chance to interact with Dr. Stahl, I heartily encourage you to do so. Good instructor, take him face to face if you can. And if you're involved with entrepreneurship, or you have any questions about entrepreneurship, that's my area of expertise. Feel free to come see me. Next slide, please. We have a new department chair for cybersecurity, global supply chain, or information decision sciences, Dr. Conrad Shio. Dr. Shio has been with the college for a number of years, a very deep knowledge base, good instructor, good department chair. Looking forward to having Dr. Shio in that position for fall of 22. Next slide, please. Dr. Stella Shu, department chair for the Department of Management. Stella has been an instructor, continues to teach strategic management, and has been department chair for just a little over a year. I've taught with Stella. She's an amazing individual and quality person in the Department of Management, available for any questions you may have. Next question, or next slide, please. Another new chair, Dr. Haken Brown. Dr. Haken Brown will be leading the marketing department. He's not new to the college, but he is new as a chair. Yes, Marina, that's your boss, Dr. Brown. He's an amazing guy. He's too smart for marketing. I'm not sure why he's in marketing, but he's a smart man and a great choice for department chair in marketing. Next slide, please. Dr. Taewon Yang, department chair for accounting and finance. Dr. Yang has been with the school or the college rather, for a lot of years, has a great depth of knowledge, likes to talk about trading stocks and investing. So he doesn't know much about cyber or Bitcoin rather, so don't talk to him about Bitcoin. But if you have questions or comments about investing, Taewon Yang is your guy. Next slide, please. All right, so there we are. Kirsten, I'm going to give it back to you.
Yay. You went through that very fast. So I would strongly suggest that you reach out to department chair with any department specific questions, and to make sure that you are talking to your instructors, because that is one of the first things that DeLauren and I say to you when you come to us with a course program. Did you talk to your instructor, right? Because that is the first point of the contact that you guys should all be taking with your coursework. So at this time, do we have any specific questions about the on-campus program? We will have the online students joining us back in just about 10 minutes. So let's take this time to make sure that we are talking about online specific services, concentrations, things like that. So feel free to pipe up in the chat or just unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Okay, while we wait to see if anybody might have questions, I will add a little bit of exciting information. We are anticipating adding in an HR, a human resources concentration for fall 2023. So we are really excited about that. Actually, this year, Princeton Review ranked our MBA program as one of the top MBA programs for HR professionals. So we are actually having this concentration, and it's coming on the heels of that, and we're very, very excited about it. If that is of interest to you, just remember what DeLauren had said about the possibility of either adding or changing your concentration. It is totally possible midway through your program. So if that is something that you want to do, get in touch with DeLauren. I just wanted to let you all know that that was some exciting news that's coming.
Molly, you don't have to sell the program to them anymore. They're already accepted. Yes, Brandy, you have a question. Would you like to unmute yourself?
Good evening, everyone. Hi, Molly. I guess my question is directed towards DeLauren. I would definitely be interested in the HR program when it does become available. Would you suggest meeting with you earlier rather than later, being that there might be certain classes that I would want to put off to accommodate switching my major and avoiding double taking classes?
Yes, I would go ahead and schedule an advising session with me. Luckily, we have already been provided a program plan for what the HR concentration will look like. So we already know the classes that will be involved. So what we can start doing is planning out your existing program plan to make sure that it touches on any of those classes that will be included with the HR. And then also make sure we avoid any ones that won't roll over to your HR concentration once you change.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions? It can be about anything. We're ready to answer them.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Florida Jones. And I didn't get his name. I think it was the dean or the department chair for the concentration in global supply chain.
It's Dr.
Conrad Shayo.
Okay,
Shayo.
I didn't hear you. Can you provide that again?
Yes, Conrad Shayo. It is CSHAYO at csusb.edu.
Okay, and also, will he be teaching one of the courses? Okay.
He does typically teach more of the cyber information security courses because that's his field of study. The department is joined with the global supply chain stuff is taught by some of the other faculty members. But if you're looking for specific information about who to contact about that, he can give you the names of the faculty that you'll be working with, and potentially looking at doing research opportunities or whatever, networking with them, right?
Right. Well, thank you. And there's one more question. So this Saturday, I know some classes start at Cal State this Saturday of the 20th. Will we be having any class this Saturday, or does all of them just start this Monday coming up?
Your schedule should be available to you in your My Coyote. So I would strongly suggest getting familiar with checking in there and seeing what you're active in your schedule in. I'm not 100% sure on what the classes are. I know classes do start Saturday, but I would definitely log into your Canvas on Saturday. But I think most likely, DeLauren, the classes for them are all during the week, correct?
They are, yes.
Okay, great. Okay,
both the both the admin 6010 and the admin 6020. All of those sections are going to be during the week.
Okay,
thank you. But for the fully online course, they could start assigning things on Saturday if you're in the fully online admin 6020. So that's why I strongly suggest to everyone, even though technically your classes don't start until later, always try and log in on Saturday to at least check and see what's coming up. You might be like, put your bio up, do an introduction, whatever it is, make sure that you're keeping on track with that and building up good study habits from the beginning. Okay, so we have a question from David. Yeah, no problem. If we want to do a double concentration, will that require taking more classes, and can it be completed in 2 years? DeLauren, this is for you.
Okay, so a dual concentration means you are going to complete the what we call the focus area or concentration area courses associated with that particular concentration. So for all the concentrations except for cybersecurity, you are going to be adding 3 classes onto your existing concentration. Generally, I tell students it's going to add about 1 semester onto your program, depending on how well you plan out your schedule, because typically what we see with the focus area courses, which are created by the departments themselves and faculty is assigned by those departments, they follow a pattern where they offer the classes. And typically they're going to offer the classes either in fall or spring. We don't see a lot of the focus area courses offered in both the fall and the spring. So depending on when you change to that or concentration, or if you add a second concentration, I usually advise you to do that over the summer That way it'll allow you to pick up the classes that are offered in fall and also take those classes that are offered in spring, rather than if you add it in spring, you may have already missed the classes in fall and have to wait till they come around again. So for any concentration besides cybersecurity, you're going to be adding an additional 3 classes. If you add cybersecurity, you're going to be adding an additional 5 classes, which, because of the order cybersecurity offers their classes, typically you're going to be adding about 2 semesters for the cybersecurity concentration. And I think there was another question, Kirsten, that we missed. Interdisciplinary, what is the interdisciplinary study concentration? So interdisciplinary study concentration includes 3 what we call elective course selections. So it does not have any pre-assigned focus area courses. You get to choose 3 electives from our 5,000 and 6,000 level business classes to make up your own kind of concentration. So you can choose anything from marketing, cybersecurity, entrepreneurship, accounting, finance, or supply chain management. And so what I would do is, if you decide to do interdisciplinary studies, I would meet with you. We would look at the available classes and come up with a schedule for you to take those available elective courses.
Let me take an opportunity at this point to talk about you, the student, the working professional student, the professional coming back to school. I've already counseled Molly on this, and she's going to get it through the whole program. I want to give you the same advice. I encourage you to engage with your professors, engage with them, talk to them, get to know them a little bit. When you are in class as a student, be present, be there. You're paying for this. This is for your education. Ask questions, debate ideas, wrestle with the material. Really work to get your professor involved and engaged with what you're doing, okay? Don't just show up and take the classes and be quiet. I want you to be assertive, professional, respectful, of course, but engage that faculty member and ask questions. Why do we do this? Why is that true? And make sure that you squeeze every drop of information out that you can possibly get. Secondly, I want to again encourage you, you are welcome to stop by JB 283 MBA office anytime. You're welcome. It's your office. You're an MBA student. Please stop by just to say hi, if for nothing else, to find out where we are. Stop by. It's your office. You're welcome anytime. You don't need an appointment just to stop by. You can make an appointment if you wish, but you don't need one. Just feel free to stop by. And I guess what I'm going is, prior to COVID, MBA office was more like Grand Central Station. Students were there, faculty were there. It was busy all the time. MBA is a happening place, right? A lot of activity, a lot of action going on. And I'm really looking forward to getting back to that. So if you have the opportunity, please do stop by.
Marina, I do keep snacks. I do keep candy in the office.
Yeah.
So if you're there before 5,
you're gonna need to bump up the chocolate, because Flaherty has been by and he's taken all the chocolate.
I'm gonna start charging him. I'm gonna start charging him for candy. And so we do have a question. So on average, how many classes would we realistically have to take to graduate in 2 years? If you're every concentration but cybersecurity, you need to take at least 5 a year. So typically 2 to 3 per semester, a couple in a summer, and you're good to go, right? And that's why we strongly suggest that you make an advising appointment with DeLorean, because he can help plan all of that out for you. If you want to take a little bit more time, if you want to add on a concentration, if you want to get finished a little faster, which we don't always recommend, definitely talk to DeLorean. He can basically help you work out your plan at that first advising appointment. That does not mean don't go back to him after that first advising appointment. That means go in for updates, right? I want to make sure I'm on track. I want to make sure that, everything's going good. Maybe you decide to change your mind in the middle of things, right? So, or maybe they're not going to offer class, maybe because he knows when all of those things are going to happen. He knows when things have been offered historically, when they're going to, move forward. So make sure that you are talking to DeLorean and planning that out with him. It is very important. Okay, so
put a cap on that one. As your director, I will encourage you to have a quality MBA program, not a cram down MBA program. So if you're thinking about accelerating and just cramming it down, come see me. I'll help you understand why that may not be a good idea. I encourage you to take your program at a pace that works in your life. You can train wreck your life with an MBA program, and that's not our intention. I'm about quality and not quantity, right? So bottom line is we're here to help you. If you have any questions at all about the pace at which you're moving, come see us. We can help you understand what works for you, right? And that's what we're about, how it works for you.
Scholarship resources, excellent question. So there are some scholarship resources done through the financial aid office. Sometimes there are scholarships that are just given out like grant money, given out to you. We have zero control over all of that stuff. But I would say, even if you're not using student loans, file your FAFSA, right? Make sure that that is done, because if you want to get any kind of scholarships, if you want to get any kind of grant or anything like that, that needs to be on file. Otherwise, you will automatically not qualify for those things. So make sure that that's done. If you need help, they have financial aid counselors that can help walk you through that whole process. And then there is a whole scholarship portal, right? Now that you are a CSUSB student, you should be able to log into your My Coyote, go directly into your My Financials, and see a scholarship button. Click on that button, create a profile, apply for scholarships, right? Worst that's going to happen is you're not going to get selected, right? Best that's going to happen, you're going to get a little bit of money, right? So sometimes scholarships go unfilled because no one applies. Sometimes they'll have money to give out to 3 students. It'll all go to 1 student because only 1 student applied. It's underutilized, even though I yell it at you guys all the time. Go in and do it, right? You guys have time. The deadline is, I believe, in March. So you have plenty of time to go in and create your profile and start doing applications. Sometimes they'll require an essay. Sometimes they'll require letters of recommendation. So make sure that you're going and monitoring those types of things. Additionally, if you do a student ambassador, you get professional development funds. DeLorean did put the link for the financial aid on there. So there's, you could be a graduate assistant that's considered employment. So you could work anywhere up to 20 hours a week with a faculty member or with a department on campus. Sometimes, especially if you're a graduate assistant working with a faculty member, you're not even required to come to campus. You just do, the research or the work on your own time, provided that you're following the deadlines and everything like that. So make sure and check out those opportunities. Emails are sent out about those for applications. And there's lots of, get familiar with your faculty member, like Ernie said, because they're the ones that hire you.
Yeah.
We just process paperwork. The faculty member has to like you and want you to work with them. So they have to pick you, and they will put an application in for you. You will put an application in, and then you will get hired. And that is on a per semester basis. So you have to do it again every term, but there's lots of opportunities for stuff like that. Unfortunately, there's not as many opportunities as, say, a private institution, but we also do not charge you private institution prices. So that is something else to take into consideration, but we want to make sure that you are getting the most out of your tuition money and out of your experience here. So we can help you with all of that stuff. I can definitely point you in the direction. I've done all of it as a student, or I can make one of my student ambassadors help you.
Let me go back and emphasize something Kirsten said. There are tens of thousands of dollars, literally, unclaimed in scholarships that nobody applies for. Right. So if scholarship, now it is like mass mailing, you got to send out 100 to maybe get 1. But if scholarships are of interest to you, there are scholarships available, and scholarships do go unfunded just simply because nobody applied. So
Professor Silvers.
Go ahead.
Professor Silvers, I did all my undergraduate program with various scholarships. There is money out there. It's just that you need to take the time and do those letters of recommendation, filling out the paperwork. But that's how I got through college. That's how I got through the undergraduate program. Actually, I did my undergrad with Palm Desert campus, and they have also some scholarships there. So I might even reach out to them and find out what they have.
You got to go for it. Well done.
Thank you. But yeah, what you said is true. That's what I wanted to comment on. Sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's great,
that's perfect.
Laura.
Yeah, that was a paid political announcement, by the way.
So our online students have joined us again. So I know that you guys came in right when we were discussing some things, but if you have any questions about anything, program specific wise, or engagement wise, or just kind of general, please let us know. We're still here for questions. Say things, because I have to do something really quick before we end to make sure that you guys can get extra swag from us. So bear with me.
Oh, we didn't mention, I forgot to mention, Molly, this is your fault. I'm blaming it on you. It's all your fault because you're right too. We will be starting a Toastmasters Club on campus in the fall. Okay, so one of the things that I recommend to all of you and all of my students is Toastmasters, participating in a Toastmasters. We had a club prior to COVID. COVID kind of flipped everything upside down. Well, we're going to be restarting that club in the fall of 22. So be heads up to that. If possible for you to make it, I invite you. We'll give you information as more becomes available, but just be heads up to that one.
And a shout out because our director is not going to share this information himself, but he is an award-winning public speaker, so he would be an excellent mentor. So join us, join the Toastmasters Club.
I have to, Ernie, you posted the award right in the office, right in front of all of our faces. So we're gonna tell everyone. You wanted everyone to know. We're letting them know.
I didn't have a place in my office to put it. That's all.
Ha ha. Let's see. Okay. More questions. Okay, so Molly, you want to take this one while I'm working really quick?
Yes. Should we apply for scholarships that we don't meet all the requirements for? I assume some of those unclaimed scholarships are because no one fits the criteria. That's a very good point. I think that it's really good to do your research and find the scholarships that do tend to fit who you are as a person. Perhaps Laura can add to this, or Anna, since they both have had experience with scholarships. But yeah, definitely, they are looking for certain criteria. One of the things that I have noticed is that you are definitely going to want to be prepared to provide 3 letters of recommendation, most likely academic letters of recommendation. So Laura, I don't know if you want to add anything else to that.
Yes, Molly. When I read the question there, I said, yes, definitely. Why not? You should apply because even though you might not meet the entire criteria, you might meet with someone in person and have an interview, and they might say, well, you don't meet the specific criteria, but we can make an exception. So I would encourage everyone to apply to as many as you can, even though there might be 1 or 2 things that might not apply to you. I would say just take the risk and wait and see.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Laura.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Molly.
Absolutely. I noticed that Anna said the same thing. Apply to everything because you maybe you won't fit all 3 of the criteria that they have listed, for example, but you may fit 1 and it's enough. So excellent. Thank you, ladies, for contributing.
There's a comment or a question. It's my question. Will there be a club rush or a similar event coming up? Usually the university will do something like that. Our clubs are pretty much always active. We have a list of them on our website. I will distribute in your passport. There'll be links to get to all of their stuff too. If there's something that you're interested in, there's probably a club for it, and I can definitely get you you connected with them. Again, go to our website. All of the information for the clubs is posted there. There is and usually the business clubs are student chapters of whatever national professional organization. There is, so like FMA is the Financial Management Association. It is the student chapter of that association, right? SHRM, Society for Human Resource Management. We have a student chapter on campus, right? So you get a lot of the perks of joining that professional organization and paying the student price because they can be very expensive to join the professional organizations. But they're very active. Our SHRM club is very active. They do competitions that they usually place at every year. There's events that they'll send students to. If you're a student ambassador and then you're engaged in your club, and they're doing an event, sometimes I can pay for you to go to those things. So there's lots of stuff going on that I highly recommend joining. And I can definitely get you in contact with the different club presidents and things like that to get you engaged and involved. Yeah, hopefully that answered the question all the way.
Oh, George, wow, that's very cool. I'm seeing in the comments, yeah, if you want to mention that about scholarships, that's cool.
Absolutely, yeah. I was just saying that when you're out there looking for scholarships, you will see that the majority of them are for bachelor's, undergrad programs, but they're out there. The ones for the grad programs are out there. My dad's employer, I received $5,000 each year for my program. My program was a little bit long, but I got $5,000 and a laptop. So they're out there.
Wow.
We have a question about the comprehensive exam. For the online program, specifically only for the online program, the comprehensive exam is online. If you would like to take it in person, you can take it in person. We need to know well in advance that that is what you are going to want to do, because typically we will offer them different dates. So make sure that you're communicating that with DeLauren. He does send lots of communication to you guys when it's time to sign up for your comprehensive exam, during your advising, things like that. So if you would like to take it on campus, you are more than welcome to take it on campus and have me stare at you the whole time you're doing it. The whole time.
Lockdown browser myself.
Okay. I know that we're getting close. You're more than welcome, Dave. We're getting close to the end of our time together. So I would like to say thank you everyone for sticking around. We are more than happy to stay and answer more questions, but I know sometimes people have to leave and I don't want to obligate all of your time. So I am posting in the chat a link. If you go to that link and fill out your address completely, all of the information on there, we will send you an MBA hoodie. Make sure that you fill out all of your information because I will not look up your address. Additionally, if you fill it out, you can send me an email and tell me that you want to come pick it up in person. You're also welcome to do that as well. But we are happy to mail it to you. We want to give everyone an opportunity to yell it in everyone's face that they're part of the MBA program at Cal State San Bernardino. Okay, so give me a second. You'll be able to click on it in 30 minutes and it will work. So just put it in your browser. Molly, go ahead and answer other questions. I'm going to work on the expired.
By the way, MBA has the coolest swag in the college, if not the university, right?
Oh, yes. I got a shout out to Kirsten, who has the best taste ever. We have really some amazing apparel, some amazing water bottles. Actually, want to show that off, DeLauren. DeLauren is, yeah, these are the fabulous MBA water bottles. We have some amazing stuff. And you'll just have to stop by the office to check things out.
Molly, did you want to talk a little bit about the mention the alumni speaker series? I don't know if we touch on that?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay, so we have wonderful alumni who want to come back and be mentors for our current MBA students. And so we have an alumni speaker series, and you will see the emails come out. You'll see on our social media accounts the promotion for upcoming speakers. We have alumni from a variety of industries, a variety of backgrounds, everything from owning their own businesses and how they talk about how they got started, to people who are CFA charter holders who are talking about how to do that, how to prepare for that exam. We have a variety of alumni who come and do this alumni speaker series, which is virtual. And so you'll see those as they come up. And Kirsten is also great about sending out details about what to anticipate for the coming term. She's going to send out a list of the alumni and their topics and when they'll be speaking. So it will be via Zoom. However, though, they will also be recorded. So once they are recorded, we'll be uploading them on our YouTube channel, so you can always check them out if you can't make it live, although we would love to have you live. And also just a note about the YouTube channel, we also have last year's presentations. We have a number of those. So if you want to check out what we did last year, we have some great presentations that you can check out. We've had professional coaches talk about leadership. We have had recruiters talking about the do's and don'ts of interviewing. And so you'll be able to see a variety of topics in there. And we're just going to continue to add to that YouTube channel. So we'll have a wealth of information there for you.
Good job, Molly. I trained you well.
The question was, folks want to know whether they can, how they can acquire MBA merchandise, and
go to our events.
They pay for it. Could they buy it?
We do not have anything available for sale. The university is weird about how it does that stuff. I can try and start a campaign to get some stuff in the bookstore, but I can't guarantee things will go in there. Basically, you guys pay tuition, and part of that is provided to us to give you things. So if you
so you should come by the office, guys.
Yeah, by the office. Not there, I will take care of you.
No, everything's locked now. So go to our events. Going to our events, participating in our events is a really good way to get merchandise. Again, stopping by the office. I realize some of our online students cannot come by the office. So, reach out to me. We can probably send you a coffee mug. Fill out the survey. You'll get a hoodie, right? So make sure.
And they're nice hoodies. They're nice.
Make sure that you're engaging and you're getting involved and participating in our things, especially if you're not able to come to campus, but I see you at all the events and our Zoom stuff. Then email me, hey, can I get a coffee mug? Stuff like that, right? So we are here to provide that stuff to you. I like giving that stuff to you. I would love to charge you for it too and make money, but I cannot. So I will just give it to you. So definitely engage in events, come see us, fill out your survey. That does work now. Donations. If you're talking about donations to scholarship fund or something like that, let's have a separate conversation. Charles, definitely send me an email. We can set something up. And
merch. That's what the deal is.
If we had a scholarship fund that we were trying to get going, where there's been a lot of changes to the university, so we're going to have to get that engaged again. There'll be times to donate for that. Again, with our service team stuff, you can always come at Christmas time and donate toys and food to the food drive and things like that. So there's other opportunities to give back for that, right? And I'm happy to reward you with all of the wonderful swag when you do those things.
If our student engagement person would ever show up back to work, we could have outdoor events.
Miss Kirsten was on maternity leave, and we are very excited that she's coming back. So, and just a quick question here in the chat. Can we collect the hoodie from the MBA office? Okay, so how is this working? Does everyone who does the survey get a hoodie, or is this a drawing?
No, there's no drawing. So if you do the survey, you put your information in there, you get a hoodie. If you would like to come to collect it at the office, you can note that in the address portion of it if you want, or you can send me an email that you want to come and collect it in person. I will be collecting those responses for 1 week. So next Thursday, it will close out. At that time, I will then start mailing everything out to people because it takes a little bit of time to get everything organized and set up. So you can come by probably starting the 29th. To pick up a hoodie if that's what you would like to do. I will also always be in communication with you, especially if you send me an email. Hey, I want to come in person. Okay, cool. I can note that, and then we can make sure that it's available for you easily.
It's a really nice hoodie, by the way. I love my hoodie. I love it.
Awesome.
If your company is hiring, if our company is hiring for what could be a fit for those in a program, could we contact? Yes. So I'm always open to sending out. So we have email listservs that I send out communication to, opportunities to. Molly sends out stuff to you guys. DeLauren will send out stuff to you guys. So that's something we did not talk about. Your student email is a very important form of communication. I apologize in advance for all of the other departments that are spamming you, right? They will send you lots and lots of stuff. My suggestion, have it forwarded to an email that you actually pay attention to, set up filters, do things. But if you see an email come from MBA, from myself, from DeLauren, from Molly, from Ernie, I highly doubt something will come from Ernie, but if you see something come from Ernie, hey.
If you connect with Ernie on LinkedIn, Ernie posts jobs on LinkedIn.
Yes, and definitely do that. I can share things on LinkedIn too, but internship opportunities, we have done that with students and their companies, employment opportunities that I have sent out, previous alumni send me things to send out to you guys. So yes, we are definitely open to that stuff. Send me an email. I can tell you what I need to do to send it out, and we can go from there.
One of the things that Molly and I were working on over summer break was networking with companies within the Inland Empire to create internship and job opportunities for MBA students. Yes. Two of the companies were Sorensen Engineering and ESR. Oh, I'm sorry, the artist
Esri.
So Molly and I have been working to establish relationships with Inland Empire employers. So absolutely anything that we can do to assist, promote jobs, promote internships, that's what we're after.
Yeah. David, I would love to talk to you more about that. So please connect with me. You can connect with Kirsten, of course. But yes, absolutely.
Laura, yes, but I don't want to go too in depth onto something like that. But if you're going to be using loans, yes, accept the loans. Otherwise, you will be dropped from your courses if you do not pay your tuition, and we don't want to do that. So make sure that you have, if you want to take less out, talk to the financial aid advisor. You can reduce the amount that you've been awarded, because you should not take all of it unless you need all of it, right? Take as little as possible, because student loans will come back to bite you. Again, I have posted the hoodie survey. This is just general Q&A time. I'm happy to stick around for a few more minutes. If you need to leave, you are welcome to leave. Again, I will stick around until the very end, and I will post all of the questions onto YouTube along with the presentation. But for now, I think we are all finished. Unless you have any questions, you are welcome to go about your Thursday evening.
Yes, I think we are more than happy to connect with you one-on-one, either through that virtual appointment that we mentioned earlier that you can find on our website, or by emailing us, or by stopping by the office.
Oh, Kirsten, I just got a question in. it's asking, do we know when events are usually held? Is it on during the week or is it on the weekends?
I
Like
can
for
definitely
networking
talk about all
opportunities?
that stuff. I can
Okay.
definitely. So MBA specifically, I try and work around you guys having real jobs because I have a real job, right? And we want to make sure that you guys are getting to go and participate to those things. So MBA events are typically going to try and work around a 9-to-5 schedule as much as possible. Our speaking engagements and workshops are always via Zoom. So you can put it on while you're driving home from work and listen to it instead of listening to a podcast or whatever. Typically speaking engagements are, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes on Fridays. In-person events we try and hold them on the weekends to allow as many students to come. Obviously after Saturday classes, I'm not going to do something at 10 a.m. on a Saturday because I don't want to be at work at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. But I am finishing up our schedule, and that will be released to you guys in that Mba Passport and posted onto our website and have all of our events for the full academic year on there. I did get a little bit of a late start on it because, like Amali said, I just came back from maternity leave. So those will be available to you. Please have patience with me, but they will be available very soon. So trying to make sure that you guys get the opportunity to go to that. If you have questions, if you miss something, if you can't find it, again, you can email me and I will point you in the direction of how to get that.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for being here.
Yes. Awesome. That's what we like to hear, that it is helpful. I try as much as possible.
Okay, it looks like we got another question. In the traditional MBA, are the classes going to be after 6 p.m.?
Do you want to answer it or do you want me to answer it, Lauren? I'm happy to keep talking.
I can take that one. So all of the classes in the traditional MBA program will start at 5:30 or later. So if you have certain restrictions, I would suggest scheduling an advising session with me. I usually send out an email about 2 weeks before the schedule's released for the new term and before you start registering for the coming term to meet with any students who need advising. So I'd suggest scheduling an appointment with me. We can look at the schedule that was just released and see when the class times are and pick out classes that best match your schedule, your work schedule or life schedule, and try to work around any restrictions you may have.
The one caveat to that, evening courses, is the Saturday classes. Those are not offered in the evening. Those are during the day. Typically, they will be 10 a.m. or later. I don't really see many of our MBA professors wanting to teach 7 a.m. courses.
I'm glad to hear that.
I can shop that pony if you want. I think there's
no, thank you, sir. No, thank you.
Just ask.
No, thank you. Any other questions? Anything anyone wants to comment or mention, or does anyone need contact information, or do you need a survey again? I know it might have gotten lost in the chat. Good. Oh, everyone's a trooper hanging out. Okay, so since we have a little bit of a lull, I am going to close it out. Everyone have a wonderful evening and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so